time that I biked across America. So I'm part of a fraternity at Cal State Long Beach called Pi Kappa Phi. And we are the only fraternity in the nation that has our own non-profit organization that we run ourselves as a fraternity. And one of the things that that fraternity does is we host an event called Journey of Hope. And it's essentially a bike ride across the country. And I just came back from that a few weeks ago. So this summer, I shipped off to San Francisco right after school ended. I had a week after school ended and headed right over there. Met up with 30 other guys and got ready to send across the country all the way to Washington, D.C. Over the Sierra Nevadas, the Rocky Mountains, and the Appalachians. And it has been the summer of my life so far. So it's a volunteer trip. Everybody, we all had to raise at least $6,000. I ended up raising $7,500. And as a group, we raised over $550,000 this summer. We actually set a new record for summer fundraising, which is really cool. But it's not all about biking. Every day when we're done biking, we would stop and volunteer at different disability centers along the way in different states. We ended up being in 17 different states. And today I want to tell you one of those stories of one of the people that I met and that I'm still in contact with today. His name was Cody, and I met him in Marshalltown, Iowa.
Awesome.
So basically, we go to these things called friendship visits, is what we call them. And we all ride up and we go and hang out, go bowling, throw a party by the pool, have a sing-off, had a lip-sync battle at one point. This one happened to be somewhat of a second chance prom. And so we rolled in on our bikes and we had no real idea what was going on. We found out we were very underdressed. We come in, beautiful venue. It was set up almost like a wedding, super long. We walk in and I go and I sit because all the clients are already there, ready, know we're coming. It was really cute because I had a girl at one point in the trip tell me that when the bikers come, it's like Christmas and her birthday combined, but better. And so you go in, they're all smiles on their faces, super excited to see us. And it's just a great time. But I go in and I sit down, try to sit with people who aren't with you. So I sat with these 3 people, only to find out that all 3 of them are nonverbal, which was kind of a little bit of a what do I do situation. Within 10 minutes, we all had our own secret handshakes, got them laughing as much as they could, and it was just a blast. The food came around, everyone got up and started dancing with a DJ. I dragged them out to the dance where they did not want to go. I tried pulling them out. I've become a great spontaneous dancer over the course of the summer. I've done so much of it. I don't know if my moves are great, but I'm confident.
Show us one.
No, maybe not that confident. Maybe next time. I don't know. But I dragged them out. They didn't want to go. I started dancing. They just stood around, arms crossed, looking at me like, what are you doing? They were nervous. So I got up at their faces and started doing the Macarena. And it was great, completely out of tune. It was a blast. And one of them, so it's Cody and James, were the 2 that I brought out. Super nice guys. Neither of them could talk. Cody made these grunting sounds that you could kind of tell what he was talking about. James didn't talk at all. James steps out into the way, pushes me out of the way, and looks at me, says, stop. Jumps on the ground, starts doing the worm. It was amazing. I have never smiled so wide in my entire life. And then Cody, who was his best friend, not to be undone, bends over and starts twerking. And it was hilarious. But it was just so great to see how happy they were that I didn't have to talk to them. We were talking, but it was just kind of one-sided. By just being around them and hanging out with us was so cool. We danced for probably about an hour and a half, and it was great. His parents came up to me after and told me that they had never seen either of them as happy as they were that day. Ever. And it was just a heartwarming moment. And the reason that we bike across the country is something that's not really known. This whole program is not really known. I'm trying to get it more well known. It's through the Ability Experience, which is a Pi Kappa Phi organization. And the reason we bike instead of driving across the country is not because we want to prove that we can bike across the country, though that is a nice little aspect of it. It's because the biking is representative of a disability. So this summer we were all disabled. We all had to bike everywhere we went. We all had to figure out how to get there, how to climb these mountains. Lake Tahoe was 90 miles straight up, 11,000 feet. It took us 13 hours. And I've never in my life did I think I could do something like that. With my friends by my sides, And knowing where I'd be later in that day at some party somewhere dancing my head off, I knew I could do it. And the biking is just saying people wake up every day and they have struggles they have to go through, and we can't understand that. We wanted to put ourselves a little bit in their shoes for the summer and do something that meant something to us, something to them. And so that's my story.